Good morning, St. Lucia, and welcome to This Morning Waking Up in the Know with me, Jenna and Gaston. It is Friday, May 27th, 2016. I hope some of us are well rested after that beautiful holiday that just dropped in the middle of the week. I loved it. I hope you loved it as well. So let me just bring you up to breast about what's been going on in our news. We have Chairman of the St. Lucian Labour Party, Claudius Francis, is adamant that the government did not breach the Elections Act. Francis was responding to concerns by the United Workers' Party that the SLP did the contrary in light of the date being held of the general elections. DABS's Sarah Peter has that story.
Chairman of the St. Lucia Labour Party, Claudius Francis, maintains that the government did absolutely nothing wrong in light of concerns that nomination day is being held on Saturday, the 28th of May. The UWP, for its part, says the recent announcement that nomination of the candidates will be held this coming Saturday is an indictment on the Labour Party's part, not only on religious but on legal grounds as well. Francis disagrees.
We are satisfied from the Labour Party point of view that the government did not breach the Elections Act, and that the timing of the elections, both the date of nomination and the election day, we are satisfied meet the requirements of the Election Act, so we have no difficulty with it. The breaching of religious freedoms, we do not accept that any religious freedoms have been breached. We, of course, do express concerns that there's a segment of our society who have the Sabbath on that date. And if the suggestion by the United Workers' Party is that this is a deliberate ploy on the part of the government, how then to explain that two members of our party are in fact, they in fact observe the Sabbath on the Saturday as well? Would we deliberately do something to disenfranchise two of our members?
UWP political leader Alan Shastney, quoting from two sections of the Elections Act, contends every writ shall specify the day of the nomination of candidates be not less than 7 and not more than 14 after the day of issue.
This is not the first time that elections have been held on a date where there's CXC. On the 23rd of May 1997, that was a Friday. If I recall, biology and physics were actually held on that day, and there was no disruption. In fact, election day, if I were a student, and I speak for myself, if I was still a student, I wouldn't mind doing an exam on election day. It is among the most quiet days any day of the year.
The chairman of the St. Lucia Labour Party also addressed concerns that elections will be held on the same day with CXC and CAPE exams. For the DBS News World, I am Sarah Peter.
And still in the political arena, we have Pastor Sherwin Griffith commenting, and he has expressed indifference about concerns over the nomination day in regard to the upcoming general elections, which is supposed to be tomorrow, Saturday, 28th of May. The concern has been made by the United Workers' Party, who contend that the nomination, which will be held on what some consider the Sabbath day, is disrespectful. More in this report.
United Workers' Party political leader Alan Shastney on Tuesday called into question the procedure relating to the fixing of the date for the nomination of candidates for the general election. He accused Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony of being arrogant, insensitive and uncaring because nomination day would fall on a Saturday, which is a Sabbath for over 45,000 Christians of various denominations in St. Lucia, the bulk of whom are Seventh-day Adventists. However, one pastor does not necessarily agree.
If they think it is disrespectful, then we take it at that. And that's why I said I don't know who is saying that. It could be somebody saying that who is not even any serious practicing Adventist, but just using something to bring to the table. It may not necessarily be that. If I hear that from an Adventist minister, a pastor, then you say, okay, well, this is their position. And then the politicians, the powers that be, may have to consider that.
Religion has played a noted role in this year's election campaign. However, Griffith says that instead of being used solely for political reasons, it should be used to help unite, not divide.
Christ, who called himself our Redeemer, hated religion. He called us into relationship. And that's what Christianity is all about, relationship. What we have to always remember is that relationship involves responsibility. Now, if you say this day for this one, then you've got to look at it totally. I mean, you have all kinds of political activities going on, even on Sundays. I'm not aware of the fact that the UWP, as you're saying it, arguing against nomination day being Saturday, or if one individual or two individuals or whatever have you. We've got to be careful about the generalizations, and I don't have the facts to be able to say, well, this one shouldn't say that, because I do not know who is saying and what is his or her argument for that position.
For the GBS News World, I am Sarah Peter.
Welcome back, St. Lucia. It is now time for your daily horoscope.
Aries, your ideas resonate with others who feels as if you come from an authentic point of view. The problem seems to be that you are very idealistic at this point. Consider the conditions and must-dos. Will your concept still succeed? Tonight, let conversation drift into other topics. Taurus, you might be quite wayward and determined to have a situation work out the way you want it to. Remain sensitive to a partner who wants to have matters play out the way that he or she would like them to. Open up to some fun ideas. Gemini, someone might reveal his or her true agenda. Be sure you want what is heading down the path before making any commitments. On the other hand, you could be upset because you need to make a choice. Recognize a bum deal. Cancer, focus on the simple pleasures today. Don't feel like you have to search far off lands or engage in expensive recreational activities to find happiness and peace. Realize that everything you need is all inside you. Find your happiness in delighting in nature. Leo, you seem to choose the right words at the right time. Investigate possibilities more openly than you have in the past. You might feel as if you must act on an important conversation or schedule a meeting. Continue to open up to new ideas. Virgo, you'll want to restrain yourself over spending or getting uptight about a money matter. You might need to simply your thinking and recognize you are out of your league. Remain connected to the basics. Libra, you'll remain full of fun and obligations will flow easy from one area of your life to the next. Tension could build if you become too reflective. Remember what you want, then decide when it would be best to make it a reality. Scorpio, you have been focused and direct. Understand your limits in the social whirlwind that is about to take off. You might question your need to have a routine and follow it as exactly as you can. You are full of energy. Invite several friends to join you. Sagittarius, you will want to reconsider a decision that seems to be hindering you in some way. You might not be prepared to discuss this matter. Therefore, you could have difficulty making a decision as it is your inclination to let the issue resolve itself. Capricorn, zero in on your priorities, especially revolving around timing, events, and getting together with friends. Expect to be very overly busy and you won't be surprised. You like all the activity, but at the same time you find it to be distracting. Aquarius, you might feel exposed or as if you have a must appearance that will simply cannot avoid. Stop the flow of any negative thoughts, and you'll discover the positive power of thinking. You could even enjoy something that you hadn't thought you would. Pisces, reach out to a loved one at a distance who often confuses situations rather than helps them. As a result, you won't want to share too much of what is going on. In fact, letting the cat out the bag could trigger a difficult situation.
Yes, that was your daily horoscope for today, Friday, May 27, 2016. I've got a lovely ageless lady joining me here at our breakfast table. So stay tuned because there's lots more when we come back. and welcome back, St. Lucia. And joining me at our breakfast table here this morning is a lady that I've actually known since I was a little girl. And do you know when you're a little girl, you see certain women and you say to yourself, oh, when I get older, I wish I could look like that, because she's always so very beautiful in my eyes. It is Marie, and she's joining me here, and you still look ageless.
Oh, thank you very much. You're still beautiful too. I remember a gorgeous little girl, and you still have the same beautiful face and the same nice, gentle character.
Thank you so much. Now tell us, why exactly are you here?
Well, today I want to talk about, most people know me from Sportivo
Right.
and from our restaurant, and I closed my club a year
Okay.
ago, Sportivo Health and Fitness, and I just changed direction. Still in health and fitness and wellness,
Okay.
but I wanted to do more for women, make better connections,
Okay.
on a more authentic basis rather than just having a club. So I created a company called I'm Ready World, and in that company, the premise of I'm Ready World is to be ready for whatever you want in life, whether it's love, a new direction for work, anything you're ready for, travel, new relationships. And I created the Courageous Ageless Women's Club.
I love that name.
Yeah.
Courageous, let's say it again. Courageous Ageless Women's Club.
So women have courage in many different aspects of their life, from a very early age all the way through till midlife, because now I'm in midlife and I wanted to really live midlife at my finest. And I've been talking to people that have been working with me for years, for 25 years I've been doing this in St. Lucia. And so as we age, we don't want to get just older, we want to get better, we want to have better choices. And I just decided, courageous and ageless, that you can be whatever age you want, or people can just guess your age,
Right.
or you can say your age. I don't mind saying my age because it doesn't match me. So it doesn't make a difference what age I say, because I just go by how I feel.
Right.
Yeah.
And how do you feel?
I feel great. I had a birthday last week and I'm great.
16, 17, 18?
I don't feel that my best age, I think, would have been my 30s.
They say
That was
that.
my favorite time, my favorite age. But I think my 30s was my best age, with 30s and 40s. I'm in my last year of my 50s.
Wow.
I'm in my last year. So like next year I turn
And you
60.
look nothing like it.
Yes, so I don't think about age. I think about what I want to do, who I want to be, and I'm okay to change direction to be authentic to me. And that was the struggle that I think most women have, is deciding whether they're going to get older and better or just get older and drop out.
So are you responsible for, because lately I have been seeing a lot of, how do I refer to women of age?
Yes.
I've been seeing a lot of women of age really giving us some young girls some competition. I mean, they're getting back into shape, they're fit, they're wearing all this nicest trends, they're keeping this up. And you know what else they have? They have the careers and they already have their savings, so they beat us by far in being able to keep themselves in shape. And I actually think, I say, wow, I want to be like that when I get to my 60s. I still want to look like I am 35, knocking on 32, 31.
I think one of the things about women, one of the things that I want to bridge the gap with, I'm really into empowering women in midlife. That's my audience.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean I shut out younger women. Because when I was living in California, I had fantastic mentors. I was like 19 or 20 and they were like 40 or 50, and I learned from them and they made space for me to grow.
Right.
And so I knew that when I got older, I didn't want to be insignificant. I knew that I would aspire to something and choose the way I want to live. So women in midlife, they're not really competing with the younger women, but we're taking up the same space that you do, because now we care, but we don't really care what people think. And we want to live our life the way we want, because you've had your children, and your children have gone to school, your career.
You've been through it all already.
You've been through all of it already. So now you can say, I like this, I don't like this, no, I can make it, yes, I can't,
Right.
So you can make your own decision, and you don't have to really answer to anybody if you want to.
Okay, so what are some of the things you would say that persons with in the midlife struggle with? Some of the women that you mentor.
Definitely, I think the biggest thing was getting your confidence back, because you've been someone's mother, a sister. You got all these little hats that you wear, that's why I say women are courageous. We have all these hats that we wear, and with that little girl that you were, when you were 10 or 7. It's somewhere in there still. But you've kind of put her in the back burner because you have to take care of people.
Right.
And you still have to take care of people. Bigger people, bigger problems. You know, when you have a 2-year-old, when you have a 20-year-old, it's still children. I think for women, the biggest obstacle is weight.
Oh yeah, not just for midlife, but just
Midlife, because in midlife, what happens is it's not even just the weight. It's in midlife you want to feel energized. You want to feel vibrant. You want to feel not invisible, but you feel as you get older, you're out of that pool of
Right.
people looking at you and say, oh, you know, it's like, oh, she's already 50.
Yeah.
You know,
Throw it to the side.
whatever. She's not in the you know, go somewhere and knit some you know, socks or something. And I think that your body goes through something called menopause. So that menopausal, perimenopause and menopause, your body goes through that, and people don't really understand it. They just think it's going to be a series of things like, which you'll get to understand, hot flashes, bad mood. You know, it's a typical scenario when people get midlife. They become not very nice sometimes because they're very moody.
Right.
And so people stay away from them and they get more moody.
God. What
So-
I have to look forward to, St. Lucia, in the future.
Yeah, but once you understand your body and your hormones and you know how to take care of yourself, those things are not a problem. But when you fight something that you don't understand, it's always a war.
And I guess it must be easy for you to mentor people, especially based on weight, seeing that you have that background in health and fitness.
Yes.
So you know exactly how to give them tips and pointers on
do.
how to...
I do, but the thing is, for me, I went through the same transition. As soon as I closed my club, for about 6 months, I lost some weight, and I was just thinking, oh, this is really good. And then 6 months later, I was still working out, but not as intensely before. I put on 30 pounds. I put on 30 pounds, which I've never done before, except for when I had my kids. So I was thinking, hey, what's going on here? And it was my hormones. So I had to learn
Right.
how to exercise for me, how to eat for me. So what I do with clients, I don't talk about weight loss. I talk about well-being and energy
Right.
and taking care of yourself and
Right.
self-care. Those are things, something I do for the school, Integrative Nutrition. I'm a graduate of Integrative Nutrition. I'm a health coach. So one of the things I found was that if people could take care of their primary food, which is not food on a plate, it was food that feeds you in terms of relationships, social life, your finances,
Right.
your career.
Right.
There's a whole slew of things that once those are out of balance, you can't be organized. You can't lose weight because other things, poor relationships, all these things slow you down and suck your energy.
Yeah.
So to think about trying to lose weight and count calories and go to work out every
It's a
day,
stress, isn't it?
tired thinking about it. It's stressful, and that's why people don't last long.
Well, I don't last long, so I am a testament that I cannot count the calories. I just cannot do it. It's just too much. It gets tiresome. I just get annoyed at it.
Yeah.
I'm not even in my mid-50s yet, and I too do sometimes feel like I'm out of the loop. So
Yeah.
I can almost imagine what persons at that age are feeling, particularly if they're not in the best of shape and they don't have that amount of energy. Like I told you, our time goes by
Yes, very
really
quickly.
fast.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've been sitting here with one of the most beautiful women that I've had to watch while I was growing up in my life. And I'm so glad that she's actually formed a club like this because I think it's very, very inspirational. So when we come back, St. Lucia, you have an event coming up. So
Yes,
she's
I
going
do.
to tell us a little bit about her event, and we're going to divulge a little more into the group and learn a little more, especially for you ageless women watching the show here this morning. You know, this one is really for you. So keep your ears open to the television because we'll be right back. And welcome back, St. Lucia. And I've been having such an interesting conversation here with Marie this morning, and we are talking about the ageless woman, and you have a big event coming up on Friday. Tell us, well, today actually. Today is Friday.
Yes.
So you have an event coming up this afternoon. Well, you took time out of your busy schedule to join me here this morning. So tell us about that event.
Okay. Well, the event is a mixer. It's ladies lunch and mingle. So mingle means you mix up and with women who are in business and professionals who want to get together and have some meaningful conversations.
Right.
They want to live midlife at their finest. They're taking their time out to take care of themselves. So we'll have a fabulous lunch. We have 3 really fantastic guest speakers.
Okay.
And who are going to inspire us with some short talks. We also have Jerry D. Williams, who is going to serenade us and be our host for the whole afternoon. And we've picked out fantastic songs that that inspire us. Some are women related, some are life related, but we're going to have the best time. We also have some fantastic gift bags because the people at the event are business people.
Right.
So I decided that what we should do is merge business and downtime so we don't feel guilty about taking some time off and we benefit by also growing our businesses, and we get a group together of like-minded people who are going to really be our customers and we're going to be theirs.
Right.
And I think that in the old days we used to get together and say, oh, you know what, where'd you get that from? Oh, so and so has it. And then you would say, I saw that on Jenna, and then we would,
Right.
instead of always just only ads.
I think
Ads
that's
are
where
good.
networking came
And networking
from.
came from, but then networking got kind of a bad name because people try to sell you. But it's not about selling, it's about the connections. And so if I know where to go and get a particular thing, I will let you know. If I know
Right.
it's great customer service or they treat me really well,
You recommend.
I would recommend that. And the gift bags are worth over $500. We have
Oh,
lots
wow.
of full gift bags from some Colombian Emeralds, Windjammer Landing, Crown Foods, spices, cooking studio, things I think that women would like, that would make their life easier, homemakers, things that they like to talk about. Of course, we have the bling, we have champagne, and there's a lot going on, and a fantastic fashion show from Oya at the Yard and Lynn Bristol, a designer.
Oh, nice. I didn't know there was a fashion show.
Yes,
Wow.
there is.
You know, anywhere there's a fashion show, I am there because I love to run down the fashion. I love to see what's on the
Well,
runway.
yes.
So this is happening at what time and where?
It's from 12 until 4 on Friday.
Okay.
Okay, today. It'll be 12 to 4. But it's an event I'm going to put on every quarter.
Okay.
And I'm going to grow it because we have a group of people on board, really great sponsors, who want me to continue this journey and this kind of following
Right.
for women so we can grow it. Not everybody could make it this time, and we've got a few spaces left, but we were going to follow up with it. So if you can't make it today, it's okay. Get in touch with me.
You'll make it
Go to
the
my
other one.
website, email me, I'll put you on my VIP list, and you won't miss a thing because the next one will be in October.
On October.
Yes.
All right. And that's just a few months away.
That's a few months away.
Now, is this the first time that you're hosting this sort of event?
It's the first time I've an event this size, but I've hosted a lot of events for business people and mixers, and
Right.
I've done corporate events for big companies.
Okay.
So one of the courses I do is something called the personal power of intention, and that means that you need to have your own personal power of intention to move forward in anything you're going to do in life. And no one actually ever takes your power. You give it away, but you don't really give it away. It's just that you loan it out to people, but you still have it.
So you're somewhat transformed from not just being this health and fitness guru,
Yeah.
but I'm listening to you and you've almost like you've grown into somewhat of a motivational leader
Yes.
that sort of encompasses a more holistic approach to health and fitness, health of the mind, health of the body, health of
Yes.
spiritual health.
Yes.
And so
You're correct.
that is very, very interesting
Yes.
to see, because I remember Sportivo and to see that growth go up
Yeah.
and for you to now be hosting something of this magnitude.
Yes.
And I'm sure persons, they really appreciate that sort of advice.
They do, and I think people are ready for it. Everybody has a state of readiness. Some people will accept something now and they'll say no or yes, and then 4 years later, oh, I'm ready for that now. And I think that, and I respect that. So I'm not saying people to start changing, become a guru and meditate, but it's a journey. You just take a journey, and I always wanted to do the more holistic approach with that format.
Right.
Always had that in mind. For about 5 years before I closed Sportivo, I wanted to do that. I wanted to do more and have a better connection
Right.
with my customers, not only based on fitness, but definitely my platform is still health, fitness and wellness.
Of course.
Because that's the cornerstone of moving on in life.
Now, tell us, when are you going to make the club for the young and the reckless?
Oh, I don't know. I've already done the Young and the Reckless myself. So the club includes everyone. But my
Right.
target audience is women in midlife.
Of
But
course.
today, we will have women who are a little younger.
Yeah.
They'll come with their mom, or they'll come with a cousin, and because I want it to be a place, a platform that young people like you, have somewhere to learn something new, and you can ask questions. Because sometimes we don't. You're probably saying, "What's menopause? What will happen when I get menopause?
Yeah.
Or will I get old? Or will I, lose my vibrancy?" And you may ask somebody now who's in menopause, and they'll say, "Oh, don't worry. It'll happen. You'll figure it out when you get there." But you want more
Right.
information than that.
Or just being able to relate to women
Yes.
who's probably walked that path that
Yes.
I'm now starting to walk. So,
You
you
don't
know,
be depressed about it. You
No.
want to think it's a good time
yeah.
to look forward to.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
what I believe.
I want to be able to meet people and say, listen, this is where I am in my career. I have
Yeah.
a little girl. She's only 3 years old. I'm trying to balance job and how did you do it?
How did I do it? Oh, well, I don't know. I had 3 boys, and I ran 2 businesses.
Right.
Restaurant and the gym.
The
I used to
gym.
teach 12 classes a week. I had school runs. I used to do everything. To be honest, I don't know how I did it. I just got up every day
And you just
I
did
just
it.
did it.
That's how I feel
Yeah,
on a
I just get up
morning.
every day and did it. If I had to think about doing it, I probably wouldn't do it. And I'd think, oh, I can't do it. But I just got up and I just did the next step.
Right.
Said my prayers, took a big deep breath and say, what else is possible? What's going to happen with my day? And sometimes I just let go and my day goes better than
Right.
me controlling it. So I don't know. I think you have to be active and not give up. And you know
Active
you're
and
doing the
not
best for
give
your
up.
children and best for yourself. And there'll come a time, ladies, that your time will be your own. But when it comes, take that leap. We don't do it. We always say we don't have time. But we
It's
do.
true. We always say we don't have time, but yet still we always find the time. It's almost like 24 hours does not pertain to a mother or a woman.
Because we're trying to be perfect mothers, perfect wives, perfect women. But I don't think that's possible. You just have to be your perfect you,
Right.
yourself. And then sometimes you say no to people, they respect that.
I love
Then,
that.
yeah, they
Just
respect
have to
that.
be your perfect you.
Yeah.
There you have it, guys. Such good words here this morning, and there's so much more that you can learn at the event this
Yes.
afternoon, starting from 12 to 4. It's where Sportivo used to be
Yes.
upstairs, the
At
restaurant.
Sportiva Event Center.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's above, yeah.
Sportivo Event Center, and she's got some goodies.
Yes.
She's got some good entertainment.
It's going to be a fantastic time. I think we're probably going to laugh and cry and sing. It's going to be a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
It's a total women's nurturing and love fest vibe for
It's a
us.
scene out of Sex in the City. All right.
Sex and the City, Waiting to Exhale, a whole bunch of
a whole bunch of chick flicks. I'm sorry, guys. You must be like, oh God.
yeah, well, you can go and join me on Facebook. You can ask to join the Courageous Ageless Women's Club on Facebook. It's a private page.
Okay,
you just
good.
ask to join it, and I'll take a look. And you can also join my Facebook page, I Am Ready World.
I Am Ready World. There
Yeah.
you have it, guys. So if you need any more information, feel free to contact the studio. We'll have that information readily available to you. Maria, I just want to thank you so much
Thank you.
for having me
My pleasure.
and for coming and joining me. And I will be at
Yes.
the mixer. I may not be that ageless yet, but
You are. You're beautiful. You'll be beautiful forever. And I'm very proud of you. I've got to tell you that. You're already a courageous, ageless woman. So just think that way all the way through.
thank you so much. And guys, thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Do join us back on Monday. Hey, I just realized the weekend is here. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good time. Please be safe, everyone. And I will see you back on Monday morning, same place, same time. I'm Jenna and Gaston, your favorite morning host in this morning, saying bye-bye. Mwah.